So guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Red Manx TV, and in today's video, I'll be doing week 5 of my Premier League predictions. Of course, I did my week 4 last week, and of course, as you can see on the screen now, these were the results. Of course, we saw Everton batter Burnley on the Monday night. We saw Manchester United and the return of Ronaldo as he smashed Newcastle 4-1. Crystal Palace with a shock result of the weekend, of course, beating Spurs by 3-0. And also Arsenal managed to win, and Arsenal managed to score, which I was very shocked by. So there's the results. Of course, Chelsea managed to get another, and Liverpool managed to get the victories as well. So of course, we'll get on to week 5 now. And points-wise, for last week, guys, I did manage to get 15 points. Of course, I got the Arsenal, I got every single result correct. Not correct score, but every single result correct, except the Spurs one. So, not too bad. I didn't get any correct scores, but also I got Aubameyang, Trossard, Ronaldo scored twice, Lukaku, scored, Salah scored, so that also earned me some points. I got 15 points for that week, which takes the total points up to 36 points over the last couple of weeks, which is not too bad, to be fair. It's not too bad. So hopefully we can do better for week 5, and let's get into it, guys. As you can see on the screen, we have some tasty fixtures coming up. Of course, we've got the main one, as you can see at the bottom, is Tottenham Hotspur taking on Chelsea. West Ham versus Manchester United, which is always a good game, and a few other games there, but it's mainly a chance for all the big teams to try and get as many points as possible this weekend as I play in lower league teams. But let's get into it, guys. And the early kickoff, Newcastle United taking on Leeds United, and it's going to be a very interesting game. Of course, Leeds are still looking for that first win, so are Newcastle, to be fair. So both of these teams are going to want to win this game. Newcastle at home. We know Leeds United do travel well away, so we'll have to see what happens in this game. But my score prediction, I am going to go, I reckon Leeds will have this. I reckon they will smash Newcastle. I don't know why, I'm just feeling that Leeds United, where are they? Leeds United 3, Newcastle United. I don't see Newcastle scoring. They haven't looked convincing over the last couple of times. If they are going to score, it will be through St. Maximum. But I do see Leeds just smashing Newcastle, although Newcastle could take advantage of the way Leeds play on the counter-attack if they can get going. But for me, 3-0 to Leeds United. And we move on to Wolverhampton Wanderers taking on Brentford. And for me, I do think Wolves, they have a bit of confidence after picking up that first win finally last week. And of course, Brentford, a bit back to reality. Of course, had that good first game at the start of the season, but since then have struggled, got a few draws, but other than that, they have struggled. So for me, I do reckon Wolves will win this game. I'm gonna say 2-1 to Wolverhampton Wanderers. I do reckon they'll win this game against Brentford. Hwang Chan, of course, got on the score sheet. Well, I think that was on his debut as well, wasn't it? So yeah, that's very impressive for him. I do think he'll be on the score sheet. Actually, I do my goal scorers. I've got to do my goal scorers for the Leeds United game. I'm going to say 2 for Bamford and 1 for Rafinha. And for the Wolves taking on Brentford game, 2-1 Wolves. I'm going to say Jimenez and a goal from Neves. And of course, I'm going to say for Brentford, I'm going to go Ivan Toney to score. So 2-1 Wolverhampton Wanderers. And we move on to Burnley taking on Arsenal. And, Arsenal finally picking up some points last week, scored a goal. And again, they should get some confidence off this. They don't really travel away very well. So, for me, I'm going to say for this one, it's a tough game because I don't know how Arsenal will do. They're always a tricky team. You can't really call many games anymore, can you? So, for me, I'm just going to say a 2-0 victory for Arsenal. I think now they've got a bit of confidence. They're going to go on, score a few more goals, and I think they beat Burnley quite comfortably. They did look really poor, Burnley, on Monday against Everton. So I'm going to say 2-0 to Arsenal. Goals from Aubameyang, and I'm going to say a goal from Bukayo Saka for this game. We move on to Liverpool taking on Crystal Palace. And although Crystal Palace got a really good result against Spurs last week, beating them 3-0 at Selhurst Park, I do reckon this will be a comfortable game for Liverpool. So for this game, I do reckon Crystal Palace will score, but I'm going to say Liverpool 3, Newcastle, Crystal Palace 1. I think Liverpool, they look too good at the moment. Won 3-0 again on the weekend against Leeds United, and they do look a force to be reckoned with as well. They look like their best, back to their best. So for Crystal Palace, I think it's an unlucky time to play Liverpool. They just got a bit of confidence off Spurs, so they could put up a good fight against Liverpool. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm going to say 3-1 to Liverpool. Goal scorers, I'm going to say Salah looks on fire, so I'm going to say 2 for Salah, and I'm going to say 1 for Mane, and for Crystal Palace, I'm going to say Wilfried Zaha. We move on to Man City taking on Southampton, and this should be another game which is quite easy to call. I'm going to say Man City. I'm going to just put... It's a 3-0 Man City win, it really is. I don't see Southampton scoring against Man City this weekend. Of course, City, you know, they look good as well. They look comfortable at the moment. They were a bit shaky against Leicester, but yet again, they got the job done. And that's the main thing these type of teams have to do against the smaller teams. So for me, I'm going to say Manchester United 3. No, Manchester City 3. Southampton 0. I'm going to say 1 goal for Grealish. I'm going to say Gundogan, and I'm going to say Jesus to be on the score sheet as well. 3 different scorers for Man City on the weekend. And we move on to which we are very interesting game. 2 former championship sides. Norwich City taking on Watford. It's going to be a really, really interesting game. I'm looking forward to this one. Of course, both teams. Yes, Watford had a good first game, and now they're back to reality. And Norwich just haven't had the luck to start this season so far. So I do reckon this game will be boring. I do reckon this game won't have goals. So I am just going to say a 0-0. A 0-0. I'm going to predict a 0-0 for this game. I don't think there'll be goals. I don't think there will be many chances. You know, it is what it is. You can't really predict this game. So I am going to say Norwich 0, Watford 0. And then we move on to Aston Villa taking on Everton. 2 sides who, have been tipped to be up there this season. Aston Villa, with the signings they made, not started the season very well. Another loss to Chelsea. Looked poor defensively. While Everton and Rafa Benitez have been on absolute fire. I think they're undefeated at the moment. I'm not too sure if they are. I'm saying that if I'm not correct on that, but yeah, I do think they're undefeated, and of course got a really another impressive win on Monday night against Burnley, really convincing. Graham Townsend look on fire, and they just look a good side. They look comfortable, decent in defence. So for me, I do reckon Everton will win it. I do think it'll be a close game, but I'm gonna say Aston Villa 1. Everton 2. Another defeat for Villa on the weekend, I feel coming. So for the goals, I'm gonna say Gray again and Calvert-Lewin. If he can't play, didn't play on Monday for some reason, I'm not too sure, then I will say Richarlison. That's only if Calvert-Lewin ain't playing. And of course, for Aston Villa, I am going to say Danny Ings. And we move on to Brighton taking on Leicester. And again, it's going to be a very interesting game. Leicester lost on the weekend. They've not started the season particularly very well. For Brighton and Albion, they're always a team that they start really well, but towards the end, they struggle to pick up results. So for me, this game on the weekend, I do see Leicester winning this, but I do think it'll be a tight game. So I'm going to say 2-0 to Leicester. I do think it'll be a tight game, but I do reckon Leicester will just see out this game quite comfortably against Brighton. So I'm going to say 2-0, and I'm going to say goals gonna come from Jamie Vardy. Yeah, 2 goals for Jamie Vardy on the weekend. Jamie Vardy to hit the net twice. They move on to the Sunday game. I think, is it? It's a Sunday game. Brighton's a Sunday game. So we move on to the second Sunday game, which is West Ham taking on Manchester United. So the key thing to note here is West Ham are without Antonio. Of course, he picked up a red card last week in the 0-0 draw against Southampton. And West Ham have started the season very well. But for this game, I do think Manchester United will win. I do think it'll be a 2-1 to Manchester United. I do see West Ham scoring, even without Antonio. Ben Rama has been nicking some goals for. Niles has been in the goal scoring form as well. But for me, Antonio being out is a very big factor. And your Manchester United will be looking to bounce back from that defeat to BSC Young Boys in the Champions League. So I'm going to say Manchester United 2, West Ham United 1. I'm going to say Ronaldo and Sancho to be on the score sheet. I do reckon Sancho now needs to turn up really, needs to start getting some goals. So I do reckon a bad one on the weekend. And then of course for West Ham, I am going to say Ben Rama. And the last game, the most interesting game of the weekend, I feel, is Tottenham Hotspur taking on Chelsea. Tottenham Hotspur again, that big loss that they received to Crystal Palace by 3-0. It might deflate them a bit, while Chelsea on an absolute roll at the moment. Another win in the Premier League. Got that win against Zenit in the Champions League. And they look like a really, like a force to be reckoned with as well. Just like Liverpool, they look like a force to be reckoned with. So I do think they'll continue that here. It's always a tricky game though. It's a London derby. You cannot call these type of games. One time Chelsea will win, one time Spurs will win. So I think it will be a very close game. But I'm going to say Chelsea 3, Tottenham Hotspur 1. The way Chelsea are playing right now, I can't see them losing. Lukaku's in form. You know, Havertz is there. Ziyech, you've got the midfield in there as well. Now they signed Sal Niguez. And for Spurs, I do think they'll be going down now. And of course, it will be they go on a run of defeats. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, 3-1 to Chelsea. Goal scorers, I'm going to say 2 more for Rom. He's been an absolute fire. I'm going to say Jorginho from the penalty spot, and also for Spurs, I'm going to say Harry Kane to bag. But anyway, guys, that's my predictions for match week 5 of the Premier League coming up this weekend. Let me know what you guys think, and also let me know your score predictions for the games coming up on the weekend. But anyway, guys, I'll see you guys for a preview for the West Ham Manchester United game on Friday. But for today, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.